Think of your CIBIL report as your financial report card. It's an official record built from data your banks and lenders send in that tracks how you handle your loans and credit cards. And just like you check your school report card for a wrong mark, you should check your CIBIL report for mistakes too. That habit has a name: credit monitoring. The good news? You get one full CIBIL score and report free every single year. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your score means, what's quietly pulling it down, and the real steps to fix it. So what is the score itself? It's one number between 300 and 900 given to you by TransUnion CIBIL. The higher it is, the more a lender trusts you to pay back. That single number quietly decides three things: whether your loan or card gets approved, how much you can borrow, and this is the part people miss: the interest rate you're offered. Two people can take the same loan. The one with the stronger score often pays lakhs less over the years. That's why this number is worth understanding properly. Now, before we go further, here's my promise. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this score is built and how to fix it in plain language, the way most videos never bother to explain. If that's the kind of money content you want, subscribe to the channel. It genuinely pushes me to keep making these so we can improve our money and our life together. And if you have any doubt while watching, drop it in the comments and I'll reply. Okay, let's get into it. First, understand how the report even gets its information. Every month, your banks and lenders send TransUnion CIBIL your loan and credit card data. Did you pay? How much? On time or late? Think of it as fresh marks being added to that report card. Here's a detail almost nobody tells you. Thanks to newer RBI rules, lenders now report far more often than the old once-a-month system, roughly every couple of weeks. So a missed payment can show up fast, but a payment you just made can also take around 15 to 30 days to reflect. If you cleared a due yesterday and your score hasn't moved, that's normal. Give it that window. Your score isn't random. It's driven by 5 things. 1. Your payment history. Do you pay on time? 2. Your credit utilization. How much of your available limit you're using? 3. How long you've had credit. 4. Your credit mix. The types of credit you hold. And 5. How often you've recently applied for new credit. CIBIL doesn't publish the exact maths, but the pattern is clear and consistent. Your payment history and your utilization together do most of the heavy lifting. Nail those two and you've won more than half the battle. Start with the one that matters most: paying on time. Not roughly on time, on the due date. Every missed or late payment gets logged, and lenders care most about your recent behavior, the last 12 to 24 months. One late EMI won't destroy you, but a pattern of them will. And here's the harsh part. A payment marked written off or settled is one of the most damaging things on a report. A single bad tag can outweigh months of good behavior. So the number one rule of a healthy score is boringly simple: never miss a due date. We'll make that automatic in a minute. Number 2. Credit utilization. This is the share of your credit limit you actually use. Simple example: if your card limit is 1 lakh and your bill is 70,000, you're using 70%, and that reads as under stress, even if you pay it in full. The sweet spot is keeping it under 30%. So on a 1 lakh limit, try to stay under 30,000. Two easy ways to do this. Pay part of the bill before the statement generates, so a lower number gets reported. Or ask your bank to increase your limit while you keep spending the same, and instantly your utilization drops. Same spending, better score. Number 3 and 4. Your credit age and your credit mix. Age is simple. The longer your accounts have been open and well managed, the more stable you look. Which is why closing your oldest credit card can actually hurt you. You shorten your history and shrink your total limit in one move. Mix just means variety. A healthy blend of secured credit like a home or car loan and unsecured credit like a card or personal loan tells lenders you can handle different types responsibly. You don't need to chase this. Just know that variety, managed well, is a quiet plus. Number 5. Enquiries. Every time you apply for a loan or card, the lender pulls your report. That's a hard inquiry, and a few are fine. But 5 applications in 1 month makes you look desperate for credit. Lenders call it credit hungry, and your score takes a hit. The classic mistake is applying to 3 banks at once just to see who says yes. Don't. Check your eligibility first, apply to one. The small mercy, these enquiry marks are the first to fade. They stop counting after about 2 years. So what's a good number? As a rough guide, 750 and above is strong. That's where approvals get easy and rates get better. 700 to 749 is workable. Below 650, lenders start asking questions. But here's a case people panic about for no reason. If your report shows NA or NH, it doesn't mean bad credit. It means no credit history yet. You're invisible, not rejected. The fix is to start small and clean. One secured card or a small loan, paid perfectly, and your first real score usually appears in about 6 months. Everyone starts somewhere. Now, how do you actually see your score? You have a right to one free full credit report every calendar year straight from the official CIBIL website, CIBIL.com. That's the honest source. You can also see your score through many bank apps and finance platforms. And please, ignore anyone charging you to instantly boost your score. No legitimate service can add points your record doesn't support. If someone promises to erase a real default overnight, walk away. That's a scam. This is where credit monitoring pays off. When you pull that free report, actually read it. Look for accounts you don't recognize, payments marked late that you paid on time, or a loan you closed still showing open. These errors are more common than you'd think, and fixing a wrong entry is the single fastest legitimate way to lift your score. If you spot a mistake, raise a dispute on the CIBIL website. They investigate, and if it's verified, they correct it. Sometimes worth a real jump in points for zero extra borrowing. Before the steps, one honest truth, because it protects you. There is no magic button. A genuine late payment or default stays on your report for up to 7 years. That sounds brutal, but here's the relief. Its damage isn't equal across those years. The hit is heaviest in the first 2 to 3 years, and after that, if you're building good habits on top, the old mark quietly loses its power. So you don't wait 7 years to recover. You start today and the score starts healing much sooner. Now the steps. Step 1. Remove the human error. Set up autopay or standing instructions for every EMI and card bill, at least for the minimum, so you never miss a due date by accident. Then set a reminder a few days before to clear the full amount. Most damage scores come from forgotten dates, not from people who can't pay. So automate the memory and this whole problem mostly disappears. Step 2. Bring your utilization down fast, because this one moves the needle quickly. Pay a chunk of your card bill before the statement date, so a smaller balance gets reported. Spread spending across cards instead of maxing one, and ask for that limit increase. Unlike a default, high utilization isn't stuck. The month you lower it, your next report looks healthier. This is often the quickest visible win. Step 3. Deal with old damage smartly. If you have an account marked settled or written off, clearing the remaining dues can upgrade that label. A written off account can become settled and a settled one can become closed. The entry still sits on your history, but future lenders read closed very differently from written off. So even old mistakes can be softened. Pair that with fixing any errors we talked about and you've cleaned up your record without borrowing a rupee. Step 4. Build fresh, positive history on top of the old. If your score is low or thin, a secured credit card, one backed by a fixed deposit, or a small consumer loan paid perfectly for 6 to 12 months adds a steady stream of good marks. This is how people climb even while an old negative entry is still sitting there. New clean behavior genuinely outweighs old mistakes over time. Slow, boring, and it works. Step 5. Stop hurting yourself while you heal. Don't burst apply for cards or loans to test your luck. Each rejection adds an enquiry and a bruise. And if EMS feel tight, remember a longer loan tenure means a smaller monthly EMI. You pay more interest overall, but you protect yourself from missing payments, which matters far more to your score. Borrow only what you can comfortably repay. Protecting your record is cheaper than repairing it. And one trap that catches good people: think hard before you become a guarantor. When you guarantee someone else's loan, their mistake becomes your mark. If the borrower defaults, it can hit your credit score, not just theirs. Only agree if you genuinely trust that person's ability to repay, because you're not just vouching for them, you're putting your own financial reputation on the line. The same goes for being a joint account holder. Keep an eye on it, because their missed payment can quietly become your problem. Quick myth busting, because these cost people points. Myth 1. Checking your own score lowers it. False. Checking your own is a soft enquiry and never hurts you, so check as often as you like. Myth 2. Closing old cards helps. Usually the opposite, as we saw. It can shorten your history and spike your utilization. Myth 3. Your salary affects your score. It doesn't. Your income isn't even in the calculation, only how you handle credit is. And myth 4. Settling a loan makes you clean. No. A settle tag is a negative mark. Paying in full is always better. So how long until you see results? Be realistic. If your score dipped from small stuff, high utilization, a couple of late payments, a few months of clean habits can lift it noticeably. If you're recovering from a serious default, think in terms of a year or more of steady, boring consistency. There's no shortcut, but there is a certainty. On-time payments, low utilization, and patience will move your score in the right direction. Every single month you do this, you're worth a little more to every lender in the country. Let's lock it in. Your CIBIL report is your financial report card. Pay on time every time. Keep your usage under 30%. Don't close your oldest card, don't burst apply, and think twice before guaranteeing anyone. Check your free report once a year and fix any errors. That's your fastest win. Do these and your score takes care of itself. If this made CIBIL finally make sense, subscribe so we can keep improving our money and our life together. And tell me in the comments, what's your biggest CIBIL question? I read everyone.